Another conservative who wants to know what Justin Trudeau and the Liberals accomplished in the last 9 years. Sure, I'll be happy to show you, but I'm going to use an old video because I don't want to refilm this whole thing. Plus, I think I look kind of good with just the goatee. Fat Boy Farmer here says, propaganda, what the fuck? What has Trudeau done that benefits Canadians? What the fuck? Seriously. Seriously? Okay, let's answer the question seriously, shall we? Please note, this is coming from someone who did not vote for Trudeau and is not planning on voting for him next time. I'm much further left in that. But here are some things that he has done that benefits Canadians. Lowered the tax bracket on the middle class of Canadians in 2015. Increased representation of women and minorities in his cabinet. Increased immigration, which helps fill labor shortages we are currently experiencing and helps keep our economy strong. Created a program that allows foreign-trained doctors to challenge exams and work in Canada to help with our doctor shortage. Legalized pot. Built the Trans Mountain Pipeline for a bunch of Albertans who are really ungrateful. Enacted, 13 or 15 or something of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission findings. Built over 152 water treatment plants to clear water advisories on 90-some% of Indigenous reserves. Made 18-month maternity leave. Helped, forced by the NDP mostly, but still it happened under him. Created child dental care, increased child care benefits, increased Canadian pension plan, and lowered daycare costs. Lowered eligibility for old age pension to 65 years after Harper's government raised it to 67. Banned conversion therapy. Made a public support for LGBTQ rights and women's reproductive health care rights. Gave Canadians CERB and got us through a worldwide pandemic and worldwide economic shutdown with one of the strongest economies in the world and the strongest in the G7. Passed Senate reform. So now a majority of sitting senators are not politically affiliated, so we have an actual, somewhat fair and useful Senate. Increased EI payments for certain depressed areas. Passed Bill C-22, a new disability act to raise people on disability above the poverty line. And canceled interest payments on all government student loans. And remember, women are Canadians. LGBTQ plus people are Canadians. Indigenous people are Canadians. All of those people that get helped by those things are Canadians. Now, a couple corrections to that video, first of all. That Bill C-22, I think it was, for the disability top-up, that one turned out to be kind of a dud. I'll agree. But I can add some other positive ones on there too. He renegotiated the USMCA, aka the new NAFTA, against the Orange Baboon last time the Orange Baboon was in power. He's done an incredibly good job standing up against Donald Trump for Canadians and Canadians' benefit right now. That's really good. He just did an extension on the $10 childcare daycare thing that's supposed to last to sometime in the 2030s. That's really good. It's going to help a lot of people. He's kept up support for Ukraine. He's kept good alliances with, the four of the Five Eyes, now that the fifth one, the United States, turned into a Russian collaborator. In spite of what this commenter and conservatives think, Trudeau actually has one of the best reputations among all world leaders right now. He's actually quite respected around the world, just not from you goofballs. He's also furthered Indigenous reconciliation. He returned Haida Gwaii to Indigenous control and a couple other little areas too. At least I think so on those ones. 100% on the Haida Gwaii. The other ones might still be provincial. Specifically, shit conservatives might like, well, he built you a $35 billion pipeline. Fucking show some gratitude. We certainly didn't want that shit here in BC, but he did it for you guys, Alberta. He's legalized pot. He secured trade deals with Japan and with the EU and with Indonesia and the Philippines. Those are all really beneficial for Canadians. Now, I know you Muppet heads don't remember all that or look at all that because you're too busy crying that stuff got more expensive because we were stuck living under a capitalist system with built-in inflation that screws us all. But that's not Trudeau's fault. Take a breath. Go outside, touch grass. look at things in a broader perspective. Please.